Hey, welcome back to the Sandler Files. You are listening to episode 8, where me and my co-host Max Dreesen are covering 8 Crazy Nights, the Adam Sandler animated film, for our holiday special. Let's jump into it.
Oh, you married? Okay, sure.
Was Uncle being Vanilla Ice this whole time?
You want a piece of me?
This is me. This is how I win.
Happy holidays,
All right,
Max.
here we are.
It's
Happy
December.
Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Xmas,
Whatever you celebrate. Xmas is just Christmas.
Winter Solstice.
Whatever you celebrate, I hope you are looking forward to some holiday cheer this December in what has otherwise been a dismal year.
Dig into some holiday ham.
Have some... What's holiday ham?
We watched Adam Sandler's first animated film. Just so happens to be a Hanukkah film.
It is called 8 Crazy Nights. 8 Crazy Nights, episode 8. It just fits.
It just really
fits,
works.
Max.
Also, this episode is most likely coming out on the 8th day of Hanukkah.
Oh, happy Hanukkah!
The first of those 8 Crazy Nights, so welcome to Hanukkah.
So, this movie is, if you don't know, it is, yes, Adam Sandler's first animated movie. I actually really liked the animation. It was a 2D kind
Animation was good.
It's kind of based on his song, the Hanukkah song, which got very, very popular and kind of propelled him into, like, super stardom. It was super iconic when it came out. So the title's kind of a riff on that, and it's kind of him making a Hanukkah movie for the holidays, which there are not many of.
I can't think of any other Hanukkah movies, really.
Same here.
Yeah.
And I thought this was really solid as for that, like, in terms of being a holiday movie. I liked that it wasn't like Christmas doesn't exist, only Hanukkah.
Yeah.
But also it didn't have Christmas like overshadowing Hanukkah. Everyone in the movie was just like, whatever you celebrate, have a good time. And it was a little more Hanukkah bent just because the main character was Jewish, Adam Sandler. But I don't know, I thought it was pretty cool how they handled it.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I think it's clearly... It clearly went like all in on this one. There was definitely a want from someone like, let's make a Hanukkah movie.
But I felt
there
like
isn't one.
I felt like it wouldn't, like, you could feel this like push of like, oh, we're making the first Hanukkah movie, so it has to be like Hanukkah everything.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that. It was just a nice...
Yeah.
It was like what you would imagine an animated movie would be if Hanukkah movies were like happening all the time.
Yeah, and plot isn't even really like about Hanukkah.
No, there's nothing like, let's explain what Hanukkah means, the story of Hanukkah. It was just a nice... It was a nice story about the holidays and some people who celebrated Hanukkah and how that time kind of brought them together.
Yes.
So, that's a loud drink of water, buddy. So what did you think of the actual movie as a movie?
It was alright.
I liked it.
I
was into it.
I liked... Animation was great. It wasn't hard to sit through it all.
No.
Because it was an actual movie. Like, there was
It
a lot
got
of work
me kind
that
of in
got
the
into
holiday
this.
spirit.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some jokes that haven't aged super well.
No, of course, Rob Schneider. He's the narrator. You mentioned he's a great narrator. Actually,
His voice is good. I thought the lines were
super
whatever.
soothing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It made me uncomfortable how
Yeah.
much I was like, he's good at this narrator.
Yeah, Rob
job.
Schneider also plays. We mentioned this in the last episode. He plays Chinese waiter, which is
That character's actually offensive. I'm sorry.
that's about as bad as
even if it wasn't a white guy voicing him, like that is a stereotype and a half. That character, it's messy.
And he keeps coming back.
Yeah, I was hoping it would just be that first scene that he was in, but he's kind of like a recurring
Joke
comedic
character.
relief. Yeah, it doesn't land, and I can't imagine it would have landed at the time, but now it's like, God.
The good things that this movie does is plot's good, like Whitey and whatever Adam Sandler's character is.
Davey.
Yeah, Whitey and Davey. And the music's really good as well.
Yeah.
Some of the musical stuff.
Yeah, this was when he was still like into his music career, so
Yeah.
pretty solid. So, 8 Crazy Nights follows Davey, who is like an Adam Sandler self-insert, like Adam Sandler's looks like him, just Adam Sandler's regular voice, and he's a bit of a Scrooge or a Grinch or whatever you want to call him.
He hates the holidays.
He doesn't like the holidays because, so we find out his parents tragically died on the first night of Hanukkah many years ago. So he's kind of a grouch, and not a lot of people in town like him. He's an alcoholic. He's steals. He
First scene is him running from the police.
Yeah, he's a bit of a jerk, honestly. But he's kind of taken under the wing of this Oh, this perfect man.
Yeah.
Whitey.
Short little man.
Who is also played by Adam Sandler.
He sounds like this.
That was really good.
It's kind of like Carl.
It's kind of like
from
Carl
Jimmy
meets
Neutron.
Jill from Jack and Jill.
That's a technical foul.
That was great.
I actually voiced him. A little fun
Oh my
fact there.
God.
Sorry, I was gonna save it for trivia, but yeah.
I fell in love with Whitey. Like this is
they make him super likable.
He's so likable.
Everyone hates him in the town.
I'm so used
He's
to
a little-
not liking Adam Sandler characters. This little
Yeah.
man is my favorite human.
He's a great character.
I was rooting for him so hard. He made me so happy.
Yeah.
He's just I loved Whitey. I was completely enamored by him. So that was really well done. I just wanted the best for him. He was like the hero of this movie, whereas like Davy's like the driving kind of force.
Yeah, pretty much.
For me.
He teaches Davy what it means to celebrate Hanukkah.
And they're both played by Adam Sandler, so shout out Adam.
Yeah.
I thought both were pretty interesting characters and like pretty well fleshed out.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, as Max just said, they kind of learn from each other, and Whitey kind of teaches Davy to be a good person again. And Davy actually, his arc in this movie is he has to learn how to cry because he never cried over the death of his parents. And like,
right.
I noticed as soon as he like breaks that barrier, he does it like kind of frequently. After that.
Like tears come out of his eyes. Yeah.
Which I was like, that's dope.
That's
a
not a bad plot.
That's a
very,
good message for kids. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, it's very original.
Yeah, to like be like, don't bottle everything up inside. It's okay to cry.
Yeah. So me and Jeremy are gonna be crying for the
We're
rest of the
crying
episode.
for 10 straight minutes. We're gonna
Yeah.
talk about our traumas, our past suffering. Yeah.
Just what we got to do for the episode.
Yep. Oh my God. Stop.
Okay.
Thank you. That makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else happens in this film? There's Whitey's sister. That's a little.
I didn't like her very
comedic.
much.
I thought she was funny. She's just a female Whitey.
Poor diabetic representation.
Okay, fine.
She's
fair enough.
diabetic. Whitey's not, but he refrains from eating foods with sugar as like
Out of
solidarity
respect.
with
Yeah.
his sister. Oh, king. I loved him. There's this like subplot like with this childhood romance that Davy had with this girl who's now divorced and has a son, and they kind of rekindle that.
And this girl is played by Jackie Sandler, which is Adam Sandler's real wife.
Yeah, not Jennifer Schwalbach, as I kept saying.
No.
It's it's Jackie Sandler.
And then she's got a little boy who wants to play basketball.
And Adam
Sandler kind of
him.
teaches.
Oh yeah, like many movies, Davy, like many Adam Sandler characters, is good at basketball and was a childhood basketball star. So I think
he's like amazing at there's basketball in like Grown Ups as well, isn't
yeah,
there?
yeah.
Isn't the whole
thing in Grown Ups that Adam Sandler was
it's
like
about a basketball game.
And he was like the star of their basketball team when they were kids.
I never realized until we started this like how many of these movies feature basketball.
Yeah.
Like Adam Sandler's a huge
and his
basketball
next
guy.
one is about him being a basketball
next one's
coach.
basketball. Uncut Gems was about basketball.
He didn't
This is
write
about
that.
basketball. It's just like he was in it, you know.
Yeah. No, I think it's interesting that keeps popping up. Clearly he has some unresolved issues. Either he was terrible at basketball as a kid
He's trying to live up
and
to it.
really loved like the NBA, or he was like really good but like screwed up the last championship game of high school or something and is trying to fill that void.
Yeah.
Either way, I hope you figure it out, Adam. But I'm enjoying it. This was the most pleasant viewing experience for me of an Adam Sandler film in a long time.
Yeah. Only real like downsides. It's just the some of the humor.
Yeah, it didn't really land.
There's a lot
all
of
the
like
time.
toilet humor.
Yeah, lots of fart jokes and poop jokes. And
It's like the deers are pooping everywhere and then they eat poop.
Yeah.
And smile and there's poop in their teeth.
But I was kind of
It's
blinding.
awesome.
I was blinding myself to that. I was like,
Yeah.
I do not see what I don't want to see.
This could have been child friendly.
I don't think it's like, I think you could show a 10-year-old this
Really?
and be like, okay, this is a treat. This is a little edgy, but we're gonna show it to you. This is a little adult, but I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad.
He flips off people. There's he swears in the movie.
Yeah,
Poop jokes, fart jokes, sex jokes.
not many sex jokes. I don't
A
know.
handful.
Yeah, a couple. They
Within
might
the first
fly.
minute, he's making moves on his car.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great.
I thought it was a kids movie.
I thought it was a
before
kids
we
movie
watched
too.
it. Yeah, but it's clearly. I mean, It's rated PG-13,
which is valid.
I feel like it.
You think You think someone has to be over 13? Wait.
No, that makes sense. You think
someone?
I'm used to ratings being like way more than they should be. I think
PG-13 is perfect. Like if you, I think a 13-year-old could watch this. I'd show this to like
13-year-old would love this.
12 or 11-year-old.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
There's a lot worse. The internet exists.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a little heartwarming at the end. I loved the music. I was super into the musical element.
Music's good. Well, Adam Sandler didn't do the music for this.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
No, it was like a real composer.
Okay, good. Yeah. That makes sense. So yeah, really solid. Like put me in good vibes, good spirits, holiday spirits.
Mm-hmm.
You have anything else you want to say about it in particular?
Not that I can think of.
Okay,
pretty alright.
Where are we putting this on the Sandler scale?
This is up there on the Sandler scale. Maybe 8.
I'm giving it an 8. It would be a 9 if Rob Schneider was not in it.
Yes. Yeah,
there's some legitimately brings it down.
Yeah, Rob Schneider, just some of the crude humor that's not funny.
Yeah.
It's upsetting to see in a movie that's like would
almost
be all right
so good, and especially with like the gorgeous animation. Like this is high quality animation.
Yeah, it's good. I miss like 2D hand drawn animation. Like
so
this.
Do I. Yeah. So 8, but that's real good on a movie scale. I'd give it a 7.5, not much lower.
I might go a bit farther down on
that's
the movie
fine.
scale.
That's
maybe
fine.
Like a 6.
You're in a bad mood today. I get it. Whatever.
No.
Whatever.
I just. You know, Chinese waiter. I know you loved his performance as Chinese waiter, but I wasn't a big fan of it.
That was pretty bad. But I'm trying to look past that. I'd watch it again for sure.
I'd watch it next Hanukkah.
I'd put this in my holiday movie rotation for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little hidden gem. If you haven't seen it, I recommend at least checking it out. Just be aware.
I think so. Yeah.
That there's going to be some moments where you're going to go, oh.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of heart, which I think is good.
Yeah.
That's one of its big strengths.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the heart in other Sandler films feels kind of forced, but this is...
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well,
you got anything else you want to say about it, or I think I'm good?
No.
Okay, so is it time for a little Hanukkah trivia?
I think it is.
By Hanukkah, I mean 8 Crazy Nights trivia.
Yes.
Hit me with it.
So the director, Seth Kearsley, said that all product placements were used without permission.
Nice, I like that.
So there was no real product placement.
There's
a lot of brands in this movie.
There's a mall that features pretty heavily in the plot.
I like that scene where like all the logos.
I loved that.
Like that's pretty cool.
There's logos that like appear in one scene in a kind of dream sequence that
logos at this mall, like from all the different shops,
they come to
alive,
life,
and they teach Adam Sandler a lesson.
Yeah, and it's
about
a pretty,
crying. Like
it's a pretty cool sequence.
Yeah, it's
and I also liked how in the memory sequences, like it would be in the town, and he would just be passing a place, and he'd see it in like gold.
Yeah, right.
Like it would be like a pocket into the past of just like in gold coloring.
Yeah,
versus
they do neat stuff with animation, which is always
good.
It
looked great. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Next little piece of trivia: Davy's parents are voiced by Adam Sandler's real parents.
Really?
A little cameo right there.
That's so sweet. It makes me want to throw up. No, in a good way.
Oh,
that's adorable.
Okay. Yeah, and they died in like 2003. Or his dad did at least.
That's really sad. I'm sorry, Adam.
That came out in 2002. So yeah.
That's awesome. So it was like a family production. I like that. Yeah. Solid. I'm just getting. This was great. I'm so glad we're ending the season.
Chinese waiter was awesome.
Stop bringing up Chinese waiter. I'm trying to forget about
funny.
him.
I loved him.
Okay.
Here's another little piece. Many animation fans have noted the design style of the characters in 8 Crazy Nights is very similar to the characters in The Iron Giant.
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
That's so accurate.
So the majority of animators that worked on this film were laid off from Warner Bros., which produced Iron Giant. And then were hired on for this project. So that's why that is.
That's awesome. Not that they got fired. Sorry, that came out wrong.
Sweet.
But like I thought I recognized the animation style in The Iron Giant. If you haven't seen The Iron Giant,
I haven't seen The Iron Giant.
Are you serious?
It's right up there.
Oh, it's on our list of things to watch. Dude, one of the best movies ever made. Can we do Iron Giant, Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, alright.
That would be
I haven't seen Roger Rabbit in a long time. I used to love that.
And Pirates of the Caribbean.
No. All right.
Dun 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 dun. Okay,
Final piece of trivia.
Yeah.
This is a smaller thing, but in the scene where you see Whitey doing odd jobs to make ends meet,
Yeah. Oh,
a shot of the Red Arrow Diner is shown, and this is a real 24-hour diner in Manchester, New Hampshire, where Adam Sandler grew up and regularly visits.
that's awesome too.
Again, another little real thing from Adam Sandler's
This is so
life.
sweet. This movie's great. Not great, but it's
Asian
real
waiter.
sweet. Stop talking about Chinese waiter.
He was
I
awesome.
get it. It was really bad. If I'm gonna edit,
That's just a very blaring thing.
I'm gonna edit this movie and just cut out all the scenes with
Doesn't
Chinese
work.
waiter.
He's in musical numbers.
He's in one, but it's the
He's in
most
two.
important one.
He's in two, I think.
Oh God, Rob Schneider, you really ruin everything.
God. All right. Well, that's
upsetting.
trivia.
I liked this movie. I don't care. Cut out that part though.
All right.
All right. Are you ready for some Google reviews, Max?
I'm so ready. Let's play the music cue.
Ooh, my stomach just rumbled.
Oh my god, that was
Okay.
scary.
Google reviews. I've got 2 Google reviews that I like. This one's okay. It's 5 stars. It says, I loved the movie. It's way better than any other holiday, even though it was made before I was born, but still really good. Adam Sandler, please watch. It is really, 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 really good. Only about 8 to 9 swear words, but it's still really good. I think this was written by a 9-year-old.
Well, let's hope Adam Sandler does watch
Let's
this
hope
movie
Adam
at
Sandler
some
watches
point.
the movie. I love just the little note that it's good, even though it was made before I was born.
Yeah.
Which my next review also says.
Oh.
Hold on, I gotta scroll to find this one. Okay. I've never seen this movie from 2002 because I was born in 1999 and didn't see it on TV, but I've seen clips of the movie. I've been watching clips of the movie for like 2 months, and I really like this movie. Maybe one day they'll make a sequel.
So he hasn't seen the movie.
He hasn't seen the movie.
He's just been watching like YouTube little
He was
clips.
born in 1999 and the movie came out in 2002, so there's no way
No, absolutely
he
not.
could have seen it.
He missed his chance.
I'm pretty sure this review is actually by Martin Scorsese because
That would make sense.
the username is Great Director.
Oh yeah,
And
and
the-
Martin Scorsese was born in '99.
Well, the image, maybe he's lying about that, but the image is Mario and Luigi. And as we know, Martin Scorsese is probably Italian. Is Martin Scorsese Italian?
I mean, he made Goodfellas.
He makes a lot of movies about Italians. I don't know. Hold on, I'm going to look into this.
Yeah.
Talk about the movie.
Okay. Yeah. Eight Crazy Nights. It's an animated movie, with Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider. John Lovitz is in this film.
He's Italian. He's Italian-American. He grew up in Little Italy.
Oh, all right.
Yay, Italian representation.
Great.
Okay, that's Google reviews. One from Marty, one from someone else.
Fantastic.
Let's jump into Sandler for the last time this year.
Sandler. Whoa, we're here in
Oh my
Sandler.
God! Whoa!
That was
We're in
crazy.
Sandler land. Let me hit you with a few important items from the week.
Yes.
We got Oscar Isaac from Star Wars.
Isaac.
It's Isaac. I say Isaac because he's got 2 A's in his last
Isn't
name.
it Isaac? That's just
It's probably Isaac, but I say it
How you
Isaac.
spell Isaac, Jeremy?
Do you always spell Isaac?
You're gonna
with 2
call me
A's?
out on Southern?
Southern.
Southern?
Okay, Oscar Isaac from Poe Dameron from Star Wars.
Dameron.
He's in Ex Machina. He's a great actor, super charming. He is going to be playing Solid Snake in the Metal Gear Solid movie.
Wow.
If you're not familiar with Metal Gear Solid, it's really over the top, but kind of cool. It's like the first stealth video game.
Yeah, we played the first one for a little bit.
We should
I would
finish
want
it.
to get into it, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot to get into.
It takes a long time. Like it's a big commitment.
One of the
but
games has like a 45-minute cutscene, I think.
One of the cutscenes is 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I think in the 4th game, yeah. And like overall the cutscenes, there's like 14 hours of cutscenes or something.
It's super cinematic.
But like apparently if you like when people are into it, they're really into it. It's got
Yeah,
a super hardcore fan base.
It's a worthwhile investment, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And Solid Snake is like he's like
Colonel,
General.
Snake, you need to watch 8 Crazy Nights. Colonel, my favorite character is Chinese waiter.
Stop.
He had the funniest lines.
Solid
I
Snake,
have to agree with you, Snake. Okay.
Solid Snake is a racist. I the one thing I'm gonna say about this movie that I'm worried about is Metal Gear Solid is so cinematic because Hideo Kojima, who made the game, was
Oh,
inspired
does
by.
he have any
He's
control on this?
He's apparently like being like consulted for the story.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
way of saying no, he's not
No, he's
working on
not
this at all.
touching
Like they're running it by him and he's like, okay, I can't change anything, but all right.
Hideo Kojima is a video game genius. For those of you who don't know, he's like
Right.
He's
Because
super.
he made Death Stranding the best.
He's
game
like
ever made.
he's. Can I say he's the Tarantino of video games?
That's a great way to describe it. I
Yeah,
think.
like
Yeah.
he has his fans are like super into him, and he's like very much an.
He
auteur.
asserted a style.
He's like
Everyone
I'd say
knows
he's the first video game person to be like his name sold games.
Yeah, I think so.
And then it was Todd Howard.
Started in chess club after all.
So Hideo Kojima made Metal Gear Solid as like as a love letter to espionage films and spy films like James Bond. Yeah. The main character Snake is named after the main character from Escape from New York, Snake Plissken.
Right.
Like it's kind of very inspired by movies, which is why it's so cinematic. So I don't know how translating that into a movie.
I got a bad feeling about this.
It's like the Uncharted movie. Like Uncharted is a movie in video game form.
Right.
So why take away
It's a very cinematic video game.
And then you take away the interactive element and put Tom Holland in, and it's like
It's
who's
just a
even
bland
interested?
movie. Right?
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
I'm just ranting about Uncharted now. I'm really worried about that movie.
No, that's not turning out well,
Uncharted
I'm
is
sure.
my favorite game of all time.
Really?
It's way up there. It's like 1 or 2.
I've never played them.
I have them all.
My
We should
dad
play
played them.
We'll play them.
Okay.
But like Mark Wahlberg,
What do you got against Mark Wahlberg, dude? He was in
well,
Ted.
one
He was in Ted. He was great.
When he was 18, he committed a hate crime.
What did he do?
We'll talk about it after the show.
Can we say it? I'll bleep it out.
Okay, so
Oh my god!
yeah,
What?
it's messed up, dude.
He'd like Chinese waiter. I think.
Stop. Stop bringing up Chinese waiter.
Okay, all right.
Moratorium
Okay.
on Chinese waiter jokes. Because it's
That's
gross.
terrible, though. I
Yeah.
can't believe that.
I don't like Mark Wahlberg that much. Also, bleep this too. He's
What?
insane.
Oh my god! I need
Yeah.
to do some more Mark Wahlberg research here. If your interest is piqued, go look up Mark Wahlberg.
He said some controversial things.
Crazy facts.
Yeah. So, Oscar Isaac is Solid Snake. Yay. Video game movies suck normally.
Great. Yeah, this is gonna end out horribly. It never works.
Next, do you remember, Max, during the start of lockdown, you and I were trying to watch movies over Discord together?
Yes.
And one night I sent you a YouTube link to a movie called Toxic Avenger.
yeah.
And
Oh,
it was-
aren't they remaking that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so gross that we had to like turn it off because I was like really disturbed by it.
yeah. I know that's like a cult favorite movie.
Yeah. Peter Dinklage has been cast as
Oh.
the Toxic Avenger. That movie's so weird.
Yeah.
The original, I don't know how you like, if Peter Dinklage is in it, are they going to like sanitize it for like normal audiences? Because I can't see, that does not have like general appeal.
It cannot be as gory and
Or is weird. The start was really, even
Yeah.
before he became
Well,
Toxic
it's like
Avenger.
in that movie, they drive over a kid's head with a car and it
I
explodes.
forgot about that. That was so gross.
Yeah, like it was like a really cheap production in the 80s that would never be made by a studio. So there's
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't see it being anything like the original.
But we will be there opening day.
That's right.
We're looking forward to it. Let's go Toxic Avenger 2021.
Woo!
Or probably 2022.
Yeah, I'd figure.
Okay, third piece of news.
Oh.
So have you heard of this movie called The Godfather?
No.
Great. So it's a trilogy of movies. And I don't know if
3.
you know. There's 3 of
Okay.
them.
And they're remaking the third one.
No.
They're not remaking it.
They're re-editing.
I heard about this.
Yeah, because it's known as like the garbage one.
Yeah.
My dad won't let me watch Godfather Part 3.
Really?
Because he's like, it'll ruin it. Because
I believe it.
Like-
I haven't seen any of the Godfathers.
So here's the thing. When I was a kid, I was told The Godfather was the apex of my culture as an Italian.
Right.
I was like, it was communicated to me that this was the Italian experience represented on film.
Yeah.
I mean, it's partially accurate, but obviously not like super accurate.
That's accurate?
Not the mob parts, but like the cultural and family
That's what
stuff.
you tell me, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But Godfather 1 and 2, fantastic. I love the first Godfather, and Part 2 I haven't seen in a while, but I remember it being really solid. So I haven't seen Part 3, but I've heard it's really cringy and weird and bad. And the director.
That's like general consensus on that. Mistake.
So there's a new name for it because it goes Godfather Part 1, Godfather Part 2, Godfather Part 3.
Yeah.
It's been retitled. The new cut of the third one where they're trying to fix everything. Mm-hmm. It's called The Godfather Coda: The Death of Michael Corleone.
Oh.
Too long of a name. Undo it. Put it back to
Godfather 3 rebooted.
Yeah, Godfather Part 3 Redux or Director's Cut. Like, you don't need a... I didn't like that when I read that. That's a bad name.
Are we getting dive bombed by like a World War II airplane right now?
Yeah, it's Disney.
Did you hear that? Probably is Disney.
That's... Yeah, I don't want to watch that.
No.
I mean, I feel like...
maybe it'll be good.
But if you have to watch... If people are like, wow,
that's like a cash grab for sure.
If people are like, wow, this is way better than the original Godfather Part 3, like, this is a big improvement. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to watch the original and then watch the recut.
Right.
To compare. I can't just, like, jump into the recut. Anyways, I'm sure my dad will be interested in that. I'll talk to him about it.
Yeah. That's going to make a lot of money, I think, regardless.
Are they going to put it in theaters, do you think? Probably not right now.
It's going to hit those streaming numbers, whatever that... I don't even know how the movie business works anymore.
Okay, this is perfect. This is the perfect segue into our next piece of information. I don't know how many of you have heard about this. This was the biggest news of the week to me. Warner Brothers announced this week that they are releasing all of their 2021 films direct to HBO Max, their streaming service in the United States. These movies, I'm going to list them off for you.
Okay.
The Little Things, Judas and the Black Messiah, Tom and Jerry, Godzilla vs. Kong, Mortal Kombat, Those Who Wish Me Dead, The Conjuring 4, The Devil Made Me Do It, or maybe that's the third one, In the Heights, which is a Lin-Manuel Miranda musical, Space Jam: A New Legacy, The Suicide Squad, Reminiscence, Malignant, Dune, The Many Saints of Newark, which is a Sopranos movie, King Richard, Cry Macho, and The Matrix 4. That's insane.
Dude. The mere fact they got Tom and Jerry on there,
I know,
is outlandish to me.
How much did they pay for that? $1 billion?
That's what's going to be one of the biggest cinematic releases
of all time.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, it boggles my mind that many movies are going direct to streaming. How do you make money?
Movie theaters are dying.
Also, fun fact. So they announced Warner Brothers announced Dune and Godzilla vs. Kong is going to HBO Max. But those were made by Legendary Pictures and were only being distributed by Warner Brothers. And so Legendary was like, are you sure about that? They weren't contacted before the press release, and then they were like, we're not so sure those are gonna go straight to streaming.
Oh boy. Yeah, Dune was like the biggest one on the list for me, like, really.
Well, yeah, because you love Denis Villeneuve. He made Blade Runner 2049.
I'm not some hyper fan of him. I like the book Dune.
I need to read that.
New Blade Runner was good.
Yeah.
I almost like the first one better.
That's fine.
It's got a little bit of a
I don't like either. That's my hottest take.
Damn.
I don't like either Blade Runner.
Have you seen... You saw both?
I've seen both, and I watched them back to back. And I was like, neither one was really for me. I respect them, though. They're great. Like, they're clearly very well made. Are you going to cry?
No.
Did 8 Crazy Nights teach you how to handle
my,
this?
My eyes twitching. I don't know why.
But I just don't understand. That's like easily $2 billion in revenue that I don't know if HBO Max can make up in 1 year. Especially when it's only...
Are the theaters even going to make that much money?
I mean, no. But I would have assumed they'd just delay.
I feel like it's going to get them a lot of subscriptions to HBO Max.
Except it's only available in the United States.
Oh, we don't even get that?
No.
Oh, so we're just going to have to pirate it then?
No, we would never do that.
That was a joke.
We would never, ever.
Like, legitimately, that was a joke.
That if you pirate, you're a bad person. You wouldn't steal a car. Why would you steal a movie?
It's outrageous.
But, yeah, that's... Like, I don't... Even if they get, like, 100 million subscribers off of that...
Yeah.
I'd cancel after 2021.
It might be a plan to get some subscribers to HBO Max. And then maybe they'll go back to theaters once they're open?
Well, the way it's going to work is these movies will premiere in theaters and on HBO Max on the same day. Mm-hmm. And then they will be on HBO Max for a month and in theaters for a month. And then they will be pulled off HBO Max, and the only place you will be able to see them is theaters past that point. But you have a month to watch them before.
That's a big time frame, yeah.
You think if I have 30 days, I'm not going to watch James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. Yeah. Are you crazy?
I want to see that as soon as that comes out.
Right?
That's interesting to me.
Yeah. So it seems like it's going to be a massive failure. I can see in countries where HBO Max doesn't exist and they're like, oh, go to the theaters because your theaters are open. If there's an HD copy of Wonder Woman 1984 or The Suicide Squad.
Just floating around. If you put it on streaming, that is now out there for anybody with a quick little Google search to go find. Not that we would ever do something
no, that's disgusting.
That nefarious, but
you're saying, oh yeah, people in the US only have to pay $15 a month for all these top tier movies, but if you're in any other country, you have to pay $30 for a ticket.
Yeah.
No, that's not gonna happen. People are gonna pirate it. No. Especially when, it's not like we're handling the pandemic fantastically. Yeah. I don't want to go to theaters yet.
No, I don't want to go to theaters even when this ends. I never cared about movie theaters that much.
I like the experience a little bit. I told you about my John Wick experience.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
You want to talk about your John Wick experience?
Watching John Wick 3 in theaters with my dad is the greatest, rivals opening night Endgame for me is one of the greatest movie theaters experiences I've ever had. It was 2 weeks after it came out, but everyone in the theater was over 30. I was bringing down the average age by at least 15 years. And everyone was so into John Wick. I remember the first time he did an awesome kill in the movie, the whole theater cheered and freaked out. And there was only 30 people in there. And this one old guy who was 2 rows in front of me, he stood up, he just goes, I love John Wick! And then he would say that every 15 minutes when a new cool kill would happen.
Yeah.
It was just so entertaining.
Yeah, I like that, but I never really got any of that.
Yeah.
A crazy experience like that in the movie theater. It's always just when a character tells a joke that's not even funny, something that's just meant to be a joke, everyone goes, ha ha ha. And it's a laugh track for your movie. It's oh. And then you're sitting down in this cramped chair, and when it's a packed, house, there's some guy to your right eating chips, and some guy leaning up to you on your left.
That's me. You don't have to. You don't have to censor my name.
No, it's not you.
Do you go to the movies alone a lot?
No.
Okay,
no.
So how is there people on either side of you?
When I saw Infinity... No. Which one came first? Infinity War?
Yeah, Infinity War came
first.
Okay.
When I saw Infinity War at Cineplex...
Yeah. It
was one of the worst movie-going experiences of my life.
That's crazy. I loved that.
They cranked the heat. It was that came out in the summer, right?
May, yeah.
Yeah, so something about that theater was super hot. I was in my t-shirt, and it was still just... I don't know who was controlling the thermostat in that theater, but no, they need to lay off a bit. There was a little kid running through the aisles, going "I'm Iron Man." It's okay, yeah, great, buddy. Let me watch the movie, okay? That just sitting through that was God, I can't stand this anymore. I was ready to embrace streaming.
Wow, for me, there's parts of the theater experience you just can't replicate. You can pause a
Overpaying?
movie. But you can pause a movie anytime you want when you watch it at home and go pee or whatever. But you can't do that at the theaters.
And you have to sit there wanting to pee for a full hour.
So when I watched Midsummer, my blood sugar was really high when I went in, which means that makes you have to pee. Plus, I drank a really big drink. And about 5 minutes into the movie, I realized I really had to pee. The movie is 2.5 hours long.
Oh my God.
I didn't go pee the whole movie. And it really enhanced the experience because let me explain myself. That movie is so tense and stressful and scary.
Right. And a full bladder really helps with the experience.
If you have to pee the whole time,
yeah,
you're already on edge, and it was just even more.
I guess so. I don't know. That's not really a plus for movie theaters.
I'm a silver lining kind of guy.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I'm just not a pessimist like you.
Right.
I like to
enjoy your $30 bag of popcorn.
Yeah, I don't get popcorn because of the aforementioned diabetes. Life hack.
Fine. What do you get?
Diet soda or water. Life hacked.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What were we talking about? HBO Max?
I don't know.
I think Disney Plus is probably
about Adam Sandler movies or something.
Disney Plus is probably going to respond and put Black Widow or Eternals or something onto their service because you can't not respond to that. Warner Brothers really threw down the gauntlet. So there's going to be a big shift in 2021. And then the question is, can theaters come back? Because I think a lot of people are going to be in your camp and not mine because I'm kind of an elitist when it comes to movie theaters.
I feel like this year has helped most people like transition over to streaming,
which is a shame for me. But I think theaters will still exist. It'll just be like kind of like bookstores where it's like maybe
a bigger
there's
event,
or like there's one chain, and then like maybe if you're in a big city, you'll have an independent that you can go support.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be as nearly as common as it was. But you can't make a $250 million movie on a streaming budget. Like it doesn't work.
Yeah.
The numbers don't work.
It kind of worries me, but
like you can't have an Endgame level movie on a streaming budget.
Right. I feel with the huge productions like that, those are going to be theater releases.
Okay.
Like a big thing where it's like, oh, it's only in theaters. Whoa. That means it's going to be awesome.
Whoa. That's fair.
That might be it. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyways, Max, it seems I think we're wrapped up on Sandler.
Yeah.
It seems we've come to the end of our initial Sandler Files season for the year. We do have a bonus episode coming out as well, but we recorded that before this. So this is our final recording of 2020 for the Sandler Files.
If you want a little more fun, go check that out.
We get a little into the whole conceit of the show. We deep dive a little bit.
Yes.
But I'm really glad I went on this journey with you so far.
Yeah. I'm glad to be here.
It's been a good ride.
I love watching these movies.
I hope we can keep it going into the new year.
Let's hope we get picked up for HBO.
Please.
Yeah.
We need $100 million budget to keep this show going. It is dropping the bucket for people like you, please.
So if you check the description for this episode, we do have a GoFundMe set up.
Yep.
We're going to need $2 million on production.
Per listener.
Per listener?
Per day.
Yeah. So it's going to be about $8 billion.
But that's what...
to keep the show going.
We need quality, I'm sorry.
Yeah. We don't want to,
We don't want to just...
We don't want to give you guys an unfinished product. Yeah. So please donate $2 million to us.
Please.
Each and every one of you.
Thank you.
It goes right into our pockets.
No charities will get anything of it because they don't need it. We need it.
They're not going to...
We're watching Adam Sandler movies. Yeah. When was the last time you heard a charity have a funny little Adam Sandler podcast?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Hasn't happened yet.
All right, now Jeremy's going to sing us a little Hanukkah song.
No.
Okay.
Anyways, thank you for listening this season. It's been really fun.
Yep. That's it.
That's all. I want to save the wheel spin for the very end. So let's do our little plugs. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us at the Sandler Files on Twitter. You can find Max at MaxTracks2001 on Instagram.
It's with an X in tracks.
Like his name, Max. It's really cool.
I'm so funny.
I mean, I'm proud of you for picking an email when you were 12 and sticking with it.
Thank you. It was actually... Let me give some backstory on the Max Tracks name. Just for the season finale.
Okay.
I had a grade 8 birthday party.
Yep.
And in the loot bags, I gave away a CD with a bunch of little songs on it. And that CD was titled Max Tracks.
You were so ahead of your time in terms of being nostalgic for the 80s. You were making mixtapes
It had
when you were like
Muppet
13.
songs on it and stuff.
That's awesome. Do you still have a copy?
I do. It's in my car.
Can we put that in my car? Because we're in that more? That's awesome. Okay. That's actually a great story. I want that. Did I say my Instagram?
No, you didn't. Go for it.
They don't need it. Thank you so much for listening.
Okay, all right.
I've been Jeremy Conte.
And I've been Max Dreesen.
And we are about to spin the wheel.
For the last time in 2020.
This will be our first movie. If we come back, it will launch us into the new year. Are you ready, Max?
I'm so ready.
I'm spinning.
The wheel.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh my god!
No!
Next season on The Sandler Files.
It seems you boys have landed yourselves in a little bit of trouble here.
Jeremy, there's an alien outside the shed.
What?
It's like a little creature. He just flew down from the sky.
You saw those lights too? Max, we have to go back. To before we started this whole mess.
When?
To the beginning.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of The Sandler... Oh my god!
Are you me? Max, we have something to tell you.
Why? We come from the future.
You must not go down this path, okay?
What path?
The Sandler path. Only suffering waits for you here.
Oh, please, Mr. Cabaloni, please. I only need $5.
You ask me for too much.
No! Jeremy, come on. We gotta get this episode out now, or else Watergate is gonna happen again.
Max, I don't have time! And the Kids' Choice Award goes to Max Dreesen.
Me? Whoa, yeah! Jeremy, listen. I don't got time for you anymore, okay? I'm a big shot.
But Max, what about the show?
I don't give a damn about your little show anymore, kid.
What about Adam?
He's dead to me.